Hey guys, Jimmy Yen here, Achieve Integrative Health, and today's Treatment Tuesday. Treatment Tuesday about fertility. If you want to get pregnant and you're having problems getting pregnant, then you want to pay attention to this post today. So I wanted to share, recently we had a patient, I will talk about fertility because recently we had a patient that became pregnant, and she was actually preparing to, she was coming in for us to help her prepare for some assisted reproductive technology called IVF. For those of y'all who don't know, IVF, okay, IVF. So she came to us to help her prepare for IVF. But here's the thing, is that while she was preparing for IVF, she actually got pregnant naturally, right? So I wanted to go over what's the difference, what's our secret method, what's the Achieve's secret fertility method. And so it's different, it's actually completely opposite of what's the norm. It's completely opposite of what reproductive technology is doing today, and what we do is also completely opposite of what other acupuncture and wellness clinics do for fertility too. So what is it? What is it that we actually do? Well, first we have to understand what's the standard. The standard approach to fertility is a focus on hormones. That's why you're given injections of, and when you're doing IVF or even IUIs, you're given medications to manipulate your hormones. You're given medications to reset your hormones, right? And so you're given hormones, actually, inject hormones into your body. And so the whole focus of the standard approach is your hormones, right? And so that creates something what I call forced pregnancy. So it's like you're forcing your body to do something that it's not wanting to do right now, and you're making it pregnant, right? And with these like IVF, there's a low percentage of pregnancy. It's like the first one you have to do, usually what they'll tell you, reproductive endocrinologists will tell you, if you want to do IVF and you want if you want success of getting pregnant, you have to do two. You can't just do one, right? And so, because if you just do one, the success rate is pitiful. Even with two, I think the success rate is about 30 to 40%, right? And it's freaking expensive, right? It's like 15 grand a pop. So 15, and that's on the cheap side. That's on the inexpensive side. It's $15, 15,000 for IVF one try, and you have to do two. So that's 30,000 to get maybe a 40% chance of getting pregnant, right? At the same time, because you're forcing the pregnancy, you're forcing the hormones, it's for the women, it's not very pleasant experience. Because you're forced into emotional mood swings, you have emotional imbalance. Like maybe you didn't have hormone imbalance, that severe hormone imbalance, but after you get the forced injections, it forces you to have experience like anxiety, depression, constipation, all these symptoms that you didn't once have, right? So what's the alternative? Well, the alternative is our method. It's called the Achieve method. The Achieve method is basically focused on, instead of focused on hormones, we're focused on organs. Now, it's not that we don't help balance the hormones, we just don't focus just on the hormones. We actually focus on the organ function. Because we also don't do forced pregnancy. Ours is natural pregnancy. Why? Because we actually, it's gonna sound weird, but we actually don't focus on getting you pregnant. Yes, we don't focus on getting you pregnant. But the weird thing is, the end result is that you do get pregnant. And why? Why does that happen? Even though, how can we help women get pregnant who are diagnosed with infertility? How can we help them get pregnant even though we don't focus on getting them pregnant, right? It's like, it doesn't make sense. Well, here's our method. Here's our secret method. We focus on what's preventing you from getting pregnant. And we help restore. If you can't get pregnant, a lot of times, now I'm assuming the sperm is okay? That's a whole nother story. I'm just talking about the female part. So the female part, what we focus on is restoring organ function. We go in and we find out which organs are not functioning correctly. It's your organs that help you get pregnant. So if your organs aren't functioning correctly, then all you have to do is to get those organs to function better, and guess what? You will get natural pregnancy. Okay? And that's what happened. That's what happened with our patient who was going through IVF. and we were focused on restoring more organ function, and then just I think it was yesterday or last week she just called in and she's pregnant, right? And so that's the secret sauce at Achieve Integrative Health. We focus on restoring organ function, not on manipulating your hormones. We restore organ function. When we restore that, it naturally removes the barriers that's preventing you from getting pregnant. And then the result is you get pregnant, right? So just wanted to share that. We're super excited. Every time one of our patients gets pregnant, and especially if they've never had a kid, and this is their very first one, it's a very exciting time, and we're just blessed to be a part of it, because every pregnancy and eventually delivery every kid is a miracle, and we are so blessed to be a part of that, and take part in that journey with them. So wanted to share this case. If you have problems, getting pregnant, you want to get pregnant, you were diagnosed with infertility, and you don't want to go through all the hormone manipulation and forced pregnancy, or even the huge financial cost of a low success rate, and you want your body to be able to do it by itself, there's a possibility, right? Give us a call. All right, Jimmy Yen from Achieve Integrative Health. When you think of acupuncture, you think of Achieve Integrative Health.